Let's see if I remember how to do this. Woo! All right, we know we back at it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome. I am Juan the Wise, your gracious host, also known as he who knows 10,000 strings. Mm, excuse me. Now, you already know why we're here. You can see it. You know you know the thing. Let's just get into it. Okay. Hit the like button. Share a comment about how you feel about all these new characters and the new game. Because not only are we going to watch these trailers, but we're also going to watch Globku's breakdown of the trailers and when he went to Bandy Namki to, play the game. If you're wondering why I sound so seldom, it's because I already watched the video with Globku and I. All right, let's go. Let's go. All right, let me see the trailer. Okay.
Incoming! Here's the clincher! I'll drive off the dark forces of the ninja world. I'm holding nothing back. How'd
Okay.
you like this?
Supporting Kage. Very
Jutsu.
amazing.
Uh,
Okay, this ultimate's looking like Ultimate Ninja type shit. I'm loving it.
Dodge this. Should we get to it?
No, no, like only the real OGs, no Ultimate Ninja.
Kidding.
Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back.
You really want to fight me? Susanoo! Dodge this. Should we get to it? This jutsu is known as
Shh.
kidding.
Damn! It's the silence. It's the silence. It's. Ooh.
So this is the power of karma. Better use
All right.
this power the right way.
My son and his shitty brother.
Deceiving. I'll use the heck out of this.
You can decide which one is which. I'm gonna keep it a bean.
Release karma. Take that. Shadow Club Jutsu. Rasengan!
Okay.
I'll never lose to you. Too late for regrets. The results of my training. Smash! So long, loser.
I'm about to say, I think we've seen that already, except for that murder at the end. Oh,
For this. Low life.
Jigen. Okay, that's good.
Point on, no more holding back. There's nothing.
And he's just OD. God damn it.
Witness the power of Otsutsuki.
Did you see that bullshit?
Kalki.
Tell me you saw that bullshit.
No more holding back.
Look at that. That's part of his combo. You know you're gonna sub and be in the middle of that.
Kalki.
You're finished, loser.
Rasengan!
Unison.
Ah!
Yeah.
Okay, Team Ultimates. Hold up. He started hitting him with the form in the box. Okay, a little bit of father-son Kamehameha. All right. Coming 22. Like I said, I knew this game was coming fucking 2023. Holiday 2023. Okay. We've seen it. I'm not super sad about it. It looked good, it looked good. You know what I mean? Ultimate Ninja type shit. Is that Peter? That's Peter. That's Peter. I love that. Mr. Parker. Alright. Now let's get down to the breakdown. Alright.
To play this in Los Angeles, where I got to play a bunch of games and meet a lot of really cool people. But one of my appointments was Naruto Storm Connections, my final appointment in fact. So here I am, still at the hotel, with this game very fresh in my mind.
Okay.
And I've got some thoughts. First of all, if you're watching this video, that means that Boruto,
Let's
Karma,
go skip through the
Kawaki, and
intro.
Jigen I think anyone's expecting or anyone asked for, and things that will definitely change online and competitive play in a significant way. But if you zoom out and take a look at the history of the series, then this definitely doesn't feel to swallow here, because at some point they're gonna have to break those expectations. They'll have to show
Still the
players
intro?
here's what the
Damn.
game is by either
Oh damn!
to the combat system.
I fucking.
Chakra is just always regenerating. You
Yeah,
do a
there you
jutsu
go.
or a
You
chakra
heard it.
dash and you spend that chakra, and after a small delay, it just starts regenerating again. You can still stop and manually charge chakra and that will be faster, but the way the game is right now, I don't think you'll ever need to do that. And this is kind of a crazy
Okay. Who asked for that? Who asked for that? That's one of them things that's from fucking from Demon Slayer. But Demon Slayer doesn't have a charge your breath button. There's always been a charge your chakra button. Who asked for that? All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. All right. Let me get all right.
change that I'm kind of into. It's gonna make the game a lot more active because you are always going on the offense. You never need to look for that opening and
Is that good? Okay. Okay. All right. Let me keep going. It's not good though. But
time waste to charge up chakra. You just never have to stop. That said, if you just keep spending chakra and spending chakra, you won't regenerate. There is a small cooldown after you spend it before it starts regenerating again. So if you are just doing jutsu, then you will run out of chakra. It is possible. And if you just want to play neutral, doing some moves that don't use chakra, yeah, it will just come back on its own. Now, I like the
That's
idea
so
behind
funny.
this change, and I had a lot of
Do
fun
you?
playing in this build against the producers. But will it be a good change for the scene in general? We'll have to wait and see. I think it will make
No.
spamming strategies a lot more stronger. I think
Yes.
character jutsu will be valued even more than they currently are. It's gonna change things,
think you'll
but
be
at
able
the
to
end of the
spam
day, this is what a sequel is supposed to do, and this is a pretty big change, all things considered. Just
This is
maybe
gonna
not
be
as big
spam.
as what we expected, but that was not everything.
Spam
While I was
4.
playing against the producer, I was blocking their pressure, and I tried to tilt out of their block string. And every time I tried using tilt, it just never worked. So at some point, I just asked, "Hey, is tilt gone?" And the answer is yes. Kind of. So the tilt input is definitely gone. If you tilt the stick and hit the attack button, no move will come out anymore.
I've never
but
seen
every
that
character
tilt
now
before.
has a
That's
new
crazy.
thing, which is a second jutsu. Yes, every character now has 2 ninjutsu instead of just 1. And what used to be the tilt
Okay, that's
move on
cool.
all the
And
characters that are right
I
now
saw
in
that
Storm
one was
4
happening
is
when
now
I
their
analyzed the
second
trailer
ninjutsu.
before.
And this has so many implications.
said that in my
So
last
first of all,
trailer
this
analysis.
was one of the main defensive options in Storm. You used to be able to tilt out of very small gaps in a block string, and now that option is just gone because there's no tilt anymore. But because it is a jutsu, that means you're going to be able to put these abilities into very different spots. You can cancel from attacks into them, for instance. We're going to find new ways to use these abilities, but mostly on the offensive side of things. But also the input for the second ninjutsu for every character is triangle plus the ninja tool button, which means powered up ninja tools are just gone. You cannot throw kunai embedded with chakra anymore, which I don't think is that big of a deal,
I
but
don't
let
really
me know
care
if I'm
about
wrong.
that.
And another cool change that I
It's
actually
like one of
like
them things
is
that
guard
people
break.
did when
Now
they didn't
guard
wanna,
break
like,
is still
try to
up on the
fight you.
D-pad, that has not changed.
just wanted to
But
be like,
this
"Oh,
time
he's still
it does not
alive."
have 2 stocks. You can just use it during the whole match as many times as you want. But it is on a cooldown. So it's something
You
the
can
second
do
ninja-
fucking what?
but
I'm
let me
sorry,
know
I
on the
didn't hear
D-pad.
that shit
Another cool
correctly.
change that I actually like is guard. I don't think it's
I-
that big of a deal,
I
but
watched
let
this
me know if
video
I'm wrong.
already, and I didn't
another
hear
cool
that
change
shit.
that I actually like is guard break. Now guard break is still up on the D-pad, that has not changed.
Okay.
But this time it does not have 2 stocks. You can just use it during the whole match as many times as you want. But
Dude.
it is on a cooldown. So it's something you gotta look out for
Dude.
once in a while if you are blocking some pressure. But after you dodge it once, you'll be fine because it goes on cooldown and you can relax for a little bit while it comes back. It also has a much bigger range than before. Like the dash that guard breaks, it goes a lot further, which sounds like a buff, and maybe it is, but to me it
Why?
felt like a nerf actually. Because it's just much easier to punish. If you dodge that initial dash, then the character's just gonna keep going and it's easier to catch up with them and punish them. Now so far I talked about changes that I think are interesting.
that
They
sounds
definitely made the
fucking
game feel
horrible.
fresh, yet very familiar for sure, but a much
Who the
more
fuck
aggressive game
wants that?
overall, and I did have a ton of fun just playing it with the producers. But at this point you might be thinking, well, defense needs something. I mean, they
Here we go.
removed
This-
tilt and they give
This is where I started listening, and I was like, all right, this I'm good. This sounds like a bad decision. Oh God, am I really gonna spend $60 on this? Okay, here we go.
you free chakra. I mean, how do you defend? Well, folks, I'm not a fan of this next change, but it might be the answer you seek. Counterattack is super busted. So when they introduced counter in Storm
God
Revolution, you
damn
hit
it.
the button and the opponent that attacks you would be completely stunned. And players thought this was too strong, and CyberConnect 2 said, yeah, okay, we agree, it's too strong, we'll make it weaker in Storm 4. It now just knocks you away and you return to neutral. Still powerful, but not as busted. They
Not
kind
as
of
busted.
reverted that. I wouldn't say this stuns you, but it's close. It staggers you. You know how you get hit by a melee attack by any character and the enemy does a little stagger? It's kind of like that. They have this stumbling
hit with
animation,
the
but they're not
stumble?
knocked away from you, which means you just get a free combo if you land a counter. They can still sub out of it because they're not stunned at all, but still, that is a direct buff to
Wait, they
counter.
say
I
it's
think
still stunned.
they can
So-
still
sub
sub out of it because they're not stunned at all, but still,
Oh.
that is
Okay. 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 Okay, that's probably the best shitty thing I've heard this entire video. Okay. You could still sub out of your counter combo extension. Okay. Okay. Okay.
A direct buff to counter. I think it's a lot stronger the way this is right now. But that's not why I say that it's super busted. Counter is free.
That.
It doesn't make your chakra bar smaller anymore. It's just free.
That.
It did feel easier to punish, or maybe the counter window is smaller so you can hit them on recovery a lot easier. But yeah, you can still leader switch to make the counter safe, so it's gonna
window,
be
because
messed
you can
up.
fuck
And I want to
around and,
end
like,
this section of the video by saying that
I'm sorry. All right. I'm gonna stop pausing it. But like, I do remember when you would counter motherfuckers in like other Storm games, and still in Storm 4, motherfuckers can hit the counter, and then you could like go outside, smoke a cigarette, argue with your wife, come back inside, decide to go and get some milk, and never come back again. Then come back 30 years later and tell your son, I didn't leave you, I left your mama. And still have enough time to punch the counter and get knocked the fuck away from it. That fucking frame. Fuck that fucking frame. That's like a solid 10, 10, 12 frames of just active counter. That shit is ugly. So if the counter window is smaller, I'll take that. That's nice.
that there probably is more, but I only had 30 minutes with the game. There were some crazy combos that I was able to pull off with the new knockbacks, but all of it felt very accidental. But these were definitely the biggest changes that I noticed. Now, I do want to talk about the new characters, because they feel like they are built different. I had a chance to try all the new characters, including the new Boruto, Kawaki, and Jigen. The only ones I didn't play as were Ashura and Indra, but I did play against them. They have some crazy AoE jutsu that is kind of substitution proof, that feels very, very strong. And that's kind of what I mean by these characters are feeling like they're built different. I think they're getting really creative with their movesets, especially with their ninjutsu. I mean, the new Sasuke, we've all seen his triple fireball jutsu, right, from the first gameplay. But now you know that every...
Put in the comment section down below if you think they're going to buff and change the other characters the way they made the new characters, with shit like AoE that's sub-proof.
Character has two jutsu. The other ninjutsu from Sasuke, it just swaps places with you. So let's say Sasuke's right here, an enemy is dashing towards him, you swap places, he just keeps dashing the wrong way. And if you're on the receiving end of that, it does take you a moment to realize what happened, because it's so fast and it's disorienting. I thought it was really cool. Kawaki has a karma jutsu where it just puts his hand out and absorbs anything, so they're getting a lot more creative with jutsu, and that's awesome to see, because that leaves me so much more excited to see their next character announcements. It's very unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen next, and it does feel like the new characters are a lot more unique. They have a lot more identity than the 1,000 clones they came before. They also showed me the new simple controls, and it's a completely different control scheme, by the way. It's not just, hey, you got auto combos now. No, all the buttons are different. Hitting triangle throws a jutsu, just like that. If you want a chakra dash, you just hold the block button and hit the jump. In fact, holding the block button is what levels up a lot of your face buttons. So I told you how triangle is a ninjutsu. If you hold the block and hit triangle, that's your ultimate. I think it does take away some of your freedom and options, so I don't think anyone who is already into Storm is going to switch to that. But it's a really nice control scheme for beginners, 100%. And it's definitely a viable control scheme up to a certain level. Oh, I did see the stage selection screen. It has 2 pages now. It's very similar to the Storm 4 selection screen, but it's a 9x4 grid instead of a 10x4 grid like you have in Storm 4. So there are 36 pages in that first page, and they didn't show me the second one, so I don't know how many stages are in the second page. Also, they hid the character select screen for me every time they went to switch characters, but the game will be playable at Anime Expo. So if you happen to play it, just take a picture of that character select screen. Let's see what it looks like. And also the second page of the stage selection. I'm curious. But since I had their attention, and apparently a lot of these guys are fans of my videos, I couldn't resist in showing them some of the broken stuff that was in Storm 4. And yes, it's still in connections.
God.
The demo, I was playing the game the way I knew how to, and I noticed that jump cancels are still in the game. Ninja move cancels, they're still in the game. You can ninja move cancel into ultimate. And then I started showing them infinites and switch.
This next one right here, you know what he's about to say, because I spent a couple fucking streams spending my time trying to learn how to do it. Bro, why is it still here?
We can ninja move cancel into ultimate, and then I started showing them infinites and switch tech. And
Why
yep,
are
that's
switch
all
tech
still
still
in the game. You can still throw a jutsu or
It was a
chakra dash for free
glitch.
if you just switch characters. Now, to their credit, this time it feels like they were actually listening. I didn't get just
That's
the
cool,
usual
but why
PR
didn't
answer
no one
of,
listen
well, we really
before?
appreciate your feedback. We'll make sure to communicate it to the development team. No, the person doing the presentation wanted to understand switch tech. They asked me, okay, so can you show me the buttons? Like, how does this work exactly? They were interested in having a real look at this stuff. And
Switch
some
tech
people
in a
like
game
switch
that,
tech. They're
like,
gonna be pissed off that I told them
you
this,
have
but
infinite
it was
chakra
always a
in is
glitch.
fucking
I think the
ridiculous.
switching is good, but I think it should also cost chakra. You shouldn't be doing jutsus for free, especially in Storm Connections, because your chakra regenerates all the time. If you can regenerate chakra for free and use switch tech, you're gonna have the most broken Storm game you've ever had. But it felt like they were actually listening, and that lines up with a lot of what I've been hearing about Bandai Namco recently, which is they restructured the whole company to be better about not only listening, but actually implementing community feedback. They're trying to be better about bringing all of this feedback to the development teams, and I really felt that in this trip, which leaves me really optimistic about Naruto Storm Connections. I don't know if it will be a perfect game at launch, but it's a Storm game that's being built to be supported over time. You look at Storm 4 right now, and that's still an active game. People are still actively playing lobbies and multiplayer. Now imagine having that, but with balance patches and DLC updates, and I think that's the promise with Connections. And I'm here for it. Thank you for this opportunity, not only to the people that invited me, but also to you who watch my videos. I got to realize a lifelong dream, which was to make it to E3. Well, kind of. Summer Games Fest is the new E3. I'm not gonna get picky. And I was able to do it because you were watching my videos, and so thank you. It felt strangely like a big milestone was achieved for me. And I played a lot of other stuff, and videos will be coming out during the course of the next 2 months or so, because each game has its own weird restrictions. And turns out, none of these anime that I talked about in the last video got announced. So yeah, none of them got games, which is weird because they would all print money. So yeah, maybe look at this video if you're rich or a publisher that can buy an IP. See you guys back home.
God
Boy.
damn, son. Wow. So you got it. You can extend combos to undeniable lengths. You saw it yourself in that gameplay he was dropping. Motherfuckers can basically touch the ground and you can still hit them. I'm gonna need more alcohol. Wow. The counter makes combo extensions again, but it doesn't leave you in a stun state, so that's better. That's probably the best thing I heard about the entirety of all the changes. The fucking what was the other thing he said? The guard break? The guard break is fucking bro, the guard break can keep going? And there's just a recharge on it. I don't know how. I don't know how, but niggas is gonna find a way to implement switch tech on that button. I don't know how, but niggas is gonna make sure that there's no like cooldown when they do that. I promise you they're going to. The counter is free. There is no that's cat that's that no. No. No, there's no consequence for the counter. Who who green lighted that? Who greenlit that? Who greenlit that idea? What are we talking about? Oh my god. All right. All right. All right. All right. It's too early in the morning for this. Uh hit the like button. It's, share and subscribe, man. I'm gonna fucking lay down.